stuff from you.
I hit a guy in the jaw and as hard as I could twice in somewhere in New York, Albany, New York. I just played the Palace Theater, and we were going to go get something to eat. And it was a restaurant attached to the hotel, and my bus was across the street because I always stay on my bus. And this girl came over and started talking to us at our table, and I don't know her, she had her sister does stand up in New York, and Vic Henley was the opening act, and he does stand up in New York, and he knows her. So they were talking across the table. If it wouldn't have been for that, I'd just shoot her away because I was trying to eat my crappy little piece of tilapia. and
you must do very well.
She gets up and leaves, and she comes back, and she has her sister on the phone, and she's headlining a club that Vic and I headlined forever in Columbus, Ohio. And so she hands the phone to Vic. She sits down next to me, and Vic can't hear, so he gets up and walks away. And then a guy comes over to her. So some guy came up to me and asked me, a young guy, for an autograph. I said, I'm trying to eat right now. And this guy comes over, pokes her in the shoulder, and says, get over here. And she gets up real nervous and walks over there. And I'm like, man, what is this? And I see the guy walking over towards me. And he goes, how come you took a picture with my girlfriend? You didn't take a picture with my son. Both of them were connected to this guy. And I don't know. I don't know anything. But he was standing up, and I was sitting down. So I started to stand up, and he shoved me back down in my chair.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, all right, okay. And so it was ugly. It was a nice place, too. Wine glasses, tablecloths, and it all went flying. And I got up and shoved him, and he took a big swing at me and hit me, but not really with a punch, but hit me and left his jaw just hanging out there. And I'm like, all right, here you go, buddy. You can't leave your jaw hanging out there. And I just, boom. And he called the cops and filed assault charges on me, or tried to, and the cops showed up, and I was like, oh, come on, man.
The old Chevy Chase shoulder kick.
So
it's hard sometimes.
So now, and that's why now I have to have police everywhere I go, because probably nothing will happen, but if it does, I can't hit people.
Yeah.
I'm 61. I don't need to be getting in fights or anything. And Pat, who's not very big, but my guy, Pat, that drives a bus and manages my road stuff, he's a little guy in stature, but he's a 7th degree black belt. And so he actually got this guy in a sleeper hold from behind after I hit him. And then the guy started tapping him on the arm, and he goes, this ain't the MMA. You're going to the floor.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I'm glad I asked.